What's up, guys? It's your boy D-Diddy171 here. Why do I keep saying 171? I have no idea. But playing some Hunting on Call of Duty Ghosts. This is actually one of my favorite game modes. And this is probably going to be one of my last Xbox 360 games of Call of Duty Ghosts I'll be playing and recording, hopefully. Because I'm getting the PS4. That's all I have to say. But the thing is that there's been a lot of issues. There's been some issues with the PS4, especially with its HDMI connection, that some users are experiencing. Like it won't output HDMI or anything like that. And people are accusing him of being a Microsoft employee. I don't believe that, but I do believe it's absolutely a problem. But the thing is that I don't think it's as big as a problem that it is. I think the most important thing is if there's an issue, a small issue like this, it's how does Sony respond? Do they give them their money back? Do they give them a new one? Hopefully they give them a new one. That's how it should be. But is it acceptable? Absolutely not. But does it happen? Absolutely. Because it seems like almost every single launch period, we have a problem with a new console. We still have the red ring of death for Xbox 360. We had the red line of, like the yellow line of death or yellow screen of death for the PS3. I think the 360 had like a firmware issue, and a PS2. Sometimes the disc tray didn't work, if I can remember that far. And if you want to go back to the Sega Saturn, or the NES, some of the earlier models of that had some video issues. So having problems with launch consoles is nothing new. But there's two things that has to happen for it to not be a huge problem. One, it's very small, isolated. It seems like this HDMI problem is not widespread like the red ring of death was, but it seems like a few of them, just like an isolated issue, and just a few of them had that. So that's pretty good news if that's true. And the other thing is, how does Sony or Microsoft handle it? Do they give them new consoles? Did they give them? Did they just basically leave them out to dry? Because hey, these people paid for harder money. They should get something that works. And also, it's so disappointing. Let's just say one of these defective consoles is in a kid's Christmas. It's for the kids for their Christmas, and they can't play it anymore. They can't play their brand new console because they can't, because it doesn't even work. And just the disappointment that's almost priceless. But the thing is that for Sony, if that happens, they have to respond diligently. They have to honor their warranties they have with them. They shouldn't give this bullshit excuse saying, "Oh, that you fucking broke it. You don't get a free one." Nope, none of that shit. None of that shit. You have to respond to it. You have to give these people new consoles or their money back. It's just that simple. And maybe people want their money back because for the consoles itself, they're very, very, very rare, especially the PS4. And the other thing is that, hey, I know the Microsoft fanboys are going crazy over this, especially with the HDMI issues with the PS4. But I guarantee you, the Xbox One will have issues at launch, and I could even guess what that issue is going to be. I bet you it's going to be the disc tray. Slot load. It's going to have problems. I am telling you right now, the disc tray is going to be fucked up at launch. And that's going to be the quote-unquote isolated issue with the Xbox One. And watch this, watch this dumbass. This guy just runs past me. I shoot this guy, I shoot that guy, and I get a knife kill. So it's basically almost a quad feed right there. And they didn't even see my ass. So that was hilarious. But here's the deal. Like I said, every single console has issues, but I think the biggest part, how do you resolve this, is hey, not have issues. That's kind of hard to do. Or two, honor the company that's responsible for these issues responds diligently, either by giving these people a new console or giving their money back, or actually giving them extra money, because some of these consoles might not be available until maybe March or something. So maybe give them some like free games or something like that, some credits for PlayStation 4 if they're having any of these issues, because that's great customer service right there. And also, it also rebuilds the trust of the consumer for that company. If the company said, "Oh, you broke this" or something like that, or some bullshit like that, that's not going to fly well to the customer, and they might go to a different console. Like, let's just say Sony pulls off this shit saying, hey, you did the problem, it's your fault. They might just go to Microsoft saying, hey, I'm going to go to your console, and vice versa. So it is up to the company to make it right. So that's my video commentary for today. Really dominant gameplay on Hunted. What do you guys think? Is this a problem with the PS4 HDMI issue a big problem? I think it is, because even though it's an isolated issue, it's still making worldwide news. And catch you guys later.